All right, so we're finally back. We're going to be doing some YouTube exclusive here for a bit while our internet is getting everything fixed with streaming. So for today, we're going to be doing a bit of Mill. With the release of Strixhaven, we have one or two new cards that Mill kind of sort of wants to test out. So we'll be seeing how those perform. And a quick rundown of Mill for those who don't know quite what Mill's trying to do here is you've got these 20 mill spell effect type things like Maddening Cacophony, where we mill 8 cards. We're trying to get our opponents to 0 cards in libraries, that way they lose the game. We make them either mill 8 cards with Maddening. We have them mill with Ruin Crabs or Hedron Crabs. Each of them mills 3. One's targeted, one isn't. So Ruin Crab is sometimes better, Hedron Crab is sometimes better. We don't typically want to be milling ourselves with a list like this. So most of the time, Ruin Crab is better, but occasionally, Hedron Crab comes in nicely. Mesmeric Orb is a dual-sided, we both mill based on how many cards that you tapped the previous turn. And then you have Archive Trap, so that when people go searching their library, you get to just get them and mill them for quite a bit. So you've got those 20 mill spells. Then you've got a bit of interaction with Surgical Extraction to, say, remove a shuffle effect that they might be running, or if they're Tron, remove a Tron land or anything of the sorts to try to make it so that way you're not just dead to whatever they're trying to do if they're a combo type strategy. You have pushes in case they're an aggro deck. Self-explanatory. Kill their creatures so that you have enough time to mill them out. Then you have Drown in the Locks here. A good way to either kill anything, because most of the time they have a lot of cards in their graveyard, or occasionally it's a good counter spell. Those are our utility cards, and then cards that help us based off of what they're doing, or how many cards are in the graveyard. We have Vengeance of the Beyond, which can be a 1-mana draw 3. Sometimes you just have to use it as a 1-mana cycle effect. Then you have Crypt Incursion, which is a great way to exile all creatures from the graveyard and then gain yourself a lot of life if they're a creature-based strategy. And then the new card that we're trying out is Baleful Mastery here. The downside to Baleful Mastery is it's 2 mana and our opponent draws a card. The upside is it exiles a creature or planeswalker. It's something that we don't really get to do in Mill, is exile or interact with planeswalkers, other than countering it with Drown in the Lock. So if they get to resolve an early planeswalker such as Renin 6 or something, we can exile it. Or if they play one of those big creatures that doesn't die to our Fatal Push, we can deal with it now. That's the quick rundown of the main board. Land-wise, you've got some Dark Slick Shores, a lot of islands, a couple of swamps, water graves, fetch lands, and Field of Ruins, so that way you can force searches to activate Archive Traps. In the sideboard, what we've got going on is a pair of Aether Gusts for those nice pesky red decks. Then we've got Set Adrifts, so that way we can put permanents onto their library and then mill that permanent. So effectively removing that permanent that's giving us trouble. And then we have another Crypt Incursion here, just in case we need even more life gain. Another Baleful Mastery, in case they have lots of planeswalkers or big threats that we need to be able to exile. A Singleton Damnation, so that we can destroy all creatures and they can't be regenerated. Board Wipe, just in case they go super wide on us. An Engineered Explosive as another type of board wipe effect that is good with Lurrus, so that we can recur it. And then Profane Mementos to gain us a bit of life as we mill over things. And Soul Guide Lanterns in case we need mass graveyard exile. That's the quick rundown of the list, and I will see you guys in the matches. Let's see how we can do. Alright, match has been found here. We won the die roll. We will gladly take the play. And let's see what we can do. Reveal ourselves to the Lurrus here. And Moto's reset itself a bit. Fun. There we go. Lurrus is revealed for both players. We do not have any lands, so we easily mulligan this. One land. Mulligan down to 5. And I see we're going to be cursed, like most mill leagues. Okay, we'll bottom maddening here. And I guess another bottom maddening and push. No, I won't push. I want crap. I want all of these cards. I guess orb. Orb is the least likely to be impactful against a deck like this, because they revealed Lurrus. We'll play out Ruin Crab and pass the turn, and we'll see what we can do. All right, burn. Bolts the crab, makes sense. And land off the top. Nope. Okay. Cycle of Visions here because I need land drops and we're missing them. 21 lands. Gotta love it. Opponent hits their second land here. They fetch. That's good for us. That means we get this Archive Trap online at least. This is 2 mana Eidolon? Manamorphose. We'll go ahead and mill them for 13. Okay, so they are just red-white prowess. We hit 1 Clever Luminancer. And we'll hold up push for the rest of this game. Second Manamorphose, sounds good. Goes red and white with that one. Plays out a Luminancer. Probably plays down Swiftspear or something here. I guess if we get a multi-source land here, we play out the Ruin Crab and then play the land. Probably our best bet. There's a Lava Dart in the yard. Which need to be 2 Lava Darts in the yard, which you need to be wary of. Land. That's what I get for not specifying. So the problem is, I don't want to play this land out without having the crab down. But if we play the crab, we're probably just dead to this Luminancer. So I'm pretty sure it's just land push this thing while we've got a chance and they're tapped out. So they can't give it God's willing or something. Okay, there's an Inspiring Vantage into a Lava Spike. Fine by us for now. Lights up the stage, hits 2 lands. Cannot play either because they've already played their land for the turn. So they're stuck with 3 cards in hand. We might have a shot at winning this game 1. Crash throughs to draw a card. Okay. And that's their turn. We draw Field of Ruin. Fine by us. We will go ahead and play down this crab and play out the Field of Ruin and mill our opponent for 3. Mill over Lava Spike, Bobble, and a land. Okay, not great, but not awful. Sunbaked is played here, meaning that they are digging for answers at this point. Pretty good for us. Let's see what they can do. So ideally we hit land here so we can go land drop, mill them, activate field mill them more maddening. Mill them for 14, which gives them 13 cards left in deck. Let's see, 1, 2. Interesting. Lurrus to hand. Bit unfortunate for us. And then they lava spike our face. We go down to 12. Field of Ruin. Okay. So mill them. Sack, hit their Sunbaked Canyon while we can. Field, get ourselves another blue source here. Yeah. And let's go ahead and maddening here. Opponent's down to 12. We are empty-handed, though. Granted, we do have 2 mill effects coming up here. So we can mill 6. If we hit a land, is mill 9. A mill spell is lethal. So there's the Swift Spears. So probably just 12 threats main board. They can play out their Lurrus here. Sounds good. And then they can get back one thing, and it's going to be a Swift Spear. All right, you either go Swift Spear or you go Soul Scar. They go Swift Spear. If they swing, we block. I mean, they would have to sacrifice, what, 1 mountain? They've got Spike, or they've got Dart. They've only got 2 darts in the yard. So they'd have to sack a dart here. We don't block this turn. We go down to 11. Is that enough? I think that'll be enough. Fetch land. Down to 10. Island. Mill them 3. This. Hit there. Get ourselves a swamp. Mill them 3 more. And hit them again. Good thing we run lots of basics in this list. Ruin Crab with that fetch land. Coming in clutch. And winning us round 1. Alright, on to sideboard. Here we go. This is where we really like Engineered Explosives. Soul Guide and Profane Mementos all aren't bad. Baleful Mastery can come out. Crypt Incursion's a bit meh. They only run 12 threats, but 12 is a good number to keep. Surgical Extraction we can go ahead and take out. There's nothing we really want to be stealing from their yard. And at this point it's trimming. Drown, counters, and kills. They kind of go all in, so we can... Orbs don't seem too great here, and now we've got 59. They're red-white. We didn't see any basic planes, so they're probably not running Blood Moon. We can go ahead and bring in this other crypt incursion. I feel this is a lot in, but at the same time, I still think it's what we do. Because we really do want to gain that life. Okay, 2 islands, 2 crabs. A bit awkward for our mana base, but that's fine. We're short on our black land, but we go turn 1 crab. They have to deal with it. If they don't, then we are golden. The reveal of Lurrus tells us that they are not running Leyline of Sanctity. Inspiring Vantage, Swift Spear hit us for 1. Lava Spike right off the bat. Okay. Opponent mulligan to 5. I just realized that. Another Visions there is pretty not great. We'll lead off on Crab and pass the turn. Opponent's thinking hard on this one. There we go. And we pass the turn back to them. See if this crab gets to stick around for a bit. Sacred Foundry. Shocked in. Lava Dart. Okay. Means you're gonna have to sack that Sacred Foundry for that Lava Dart. Sure. I will take that. Surgical Extraction the Crab. You got me, opponent. Was not expecting Surgical Extraction out of the red-white prowess list. So they get a crab from our hand and 2 crabs out of the deck. And our crab in the yard. Meaning that these visions are going cycling. Because we now don't have any mill. But they also got to see what we brought in here. And they see a lot of removal. But they're down to 2 cards left. Ruin Crab off the top. Profane Memento's not terrible. Visions of Beyond cycled. Sure, this Profane Memento pass turn. They're on 1 land because they had to sacrifice here. Ooh, is the turn coming back to us? It does. We're going to hold up black here so we can push any creature. Gain ourselves some life. Swift Spear and Luminancer is what we mill over. And then some Metamorphose and Lightning Bolt and a land. Not bad. Red mana Lava Spikes us? Sure. They go to 12 cards in yard. We now counter anything that they play. Field of Ruin. So I see 1 basic. Sure, let's go ahead and shut them off of. It doesn't matter when we do this. Well, no, it does. We'll hold it. Because we don't have any mill effect on landfall right now. Mountain is played. 2 mana, Metamorphose. Drown in the lock that. I don't want you drawing cards. We're going to hold this visions. And there we go. Payoff found. Do this. Get ourselves a second swamp. So that way if we draw damnation, we can damnation. Opponent found themselves another mountain. Bit unfortunate. But we'll go ahead and archive trap. Mill over 2 more. Not bad. And Visions of Beyond, draw 3. There we go. I'm kind of a fan of Engineered on 1 here. Engineered on 1, and opponent concedes. And with that, we go 1-0. See you guys in match 2. Let's see how we can pull this off. All right, opponent's been found. We won the die roll. Let's take the play here, reveal this Lurrus, and see what we can do. All right, so we've got a crab. We've got some Field of Ruins, some Mesmeric Orb, push, surgical. This looks good. Looks like a keepable 7 for mill. We will go Dark Slick into crab. Pass the turn. Opponent began with 7, and they go Concealed Courtyard. Inquisitions us. Have your pick. Do you take our push? Do you take the extraction? Or do you take the orb? They probably take orb here. Orb is taken. Second crab there is pretty great for us. We'll go Hedron Crab. This. Trigger there. Go there. Save targets. Yield. Yield. Stoneforge Mystic, Lingering Souls, Fatal Push. I don't like seeing Stoneforge Mystic. So let's go ahead and get that out of here. No Stoneforge in hand. Looks like we've got Path, Skyclave. Let's go ahead and grab a snip since this doesn't mark their hand. Just so that we know what's in their hand. I'm not going to bother with their deck because that's not fair. But surgical does not tell us what's in their hands. Send a message with the crab. So they are black-white tokens. Okay, they go clearing. This is probably... I'd imagine you go Brutality, pitch Thoughtseize. Go -2, -0, and take the push out of my hand. Kill my Hedron Crab. Take the Fatal Push. Yep, that's exactly what they do. I got 4 cards left in hand. That was Cobrew and Thoughtseize. And their Silent Clearing. So I know that their hand is Path, Guile, Apparition, 1 unknown. This, we draw a Visions of Beyond here. Okay. So Visions isn't active for quite a bit. Which is awkward. So they'll have Path. We'll do this and pass. So that way, when they go to remove the crab, we have a response. Make them think that we have push up. They play out the Godless Shrine that they didn't have before. And they go Liliana of the Veil. Okay. Here they go sack. Each player sacks a creature in response. We'll go ahead and get rid of your draw effect. Get ourselves a basic island, mill them 3. We hit Skyclave Path and Swamp. We have to sacrifice our Ruin Crab. Bit unfortunate there. At this point, we kind of just need to cycle. Obero is meh. Put Lurrus into hand. And I guess play... we need the second black source, so we have to go Watery Grave. So this Lily goes up. We discard our Obero. And then... the problem is we know that they have Path and Guile. Each player discards. We discard Obero, keeping our Lurrus. We'll get 1 crab out here. They discarded Path, meaning that they like their Kaya's Guile. So their hand is Apparition Guile. Doke. Watery Grave, huh? So black, 1. Undo. I need to keep the blue up. Play down the Lurrus here. I kind of like going for this orb, actually. Forgot that the orb was discarded. Yes, orb means that we're going to mill 5 here, but it makes it so that way they really don't have a great way to deal with Lurrus. Kaya's Guile, each opponent sacks a creature, and then they make a 1/1. Yep. They do this, but now they get to deal with it with the Apparition in hand. And now we don't know any card that's in their hand. But it means that this orb won't be milling us at all. They've got a lot of Lingering Souls in the yard, though. Each player discards. They choose to discard Batter's Skull, and now they play out the Apparition and eat our Mesmeric Orb. Yep. At which point, we are now very behind. Well, I say very behind. They've got 28 cards left in the library. That's a couple of Archive Traps away. We've got enough mana to hardcast Archive Traps. Land, because there's the Lily, we go ahead and play out the land. And let's go ahead and shoot this Shambling Vent so that way they can't get in for more damage. Now they're going to play whatever they can. Yep, each player discards. That's fine. Nobody said anything. Flashback Lingering Souls 1. Flashback Lingering Souls 2. Yep. So EE's looking good. Damnation's looking good. Profane Mementos not coming in. They don't have a lot of creatures. They get in for 2 here. Okay. We are flooding out. So 3 plus 4, we're looking at 7. And we're dead in 2 turns. They do Lingering Souls here. Discard their Inquisition. They go ahead and Lingering Souls again. Smack us for 7. and seal out this game pretty well. Can't do much against it. This Mesmeric Orb would have been great if I had remembered that Skyclave Apparition hits everything. So we can play the crab and we're dead in the air. Go ahead and just concede here. How many cards were we away from winning? Push. Couldn't have done anything. Drown. Couldn't have done anything. Okay. We want the EE. We want the Damnation. Baleful's all right. Crypt Incursion again. They don't have creatures. Soul Guide Lantern's pretty decent though. So we've got 4 to cut. Again, their 8 creatures are Stoneforge and Skyclave. Push hits half of those when it's not active. I'd rather keep Surgicals. Yeah. EE on 0 seems pretty good. Soul Guide seems pretty good. Damnation seems good. Orb seems mediocre. Yeah. Let's see how we can do. I would love to take the play here. Go ahead and reveal the Lurrus. And is not keepable. There we go. Bit land heavy, but that's fine. Can keep bottom and island here. Say done. Go Dark Slick into crab. Let's see what opponent's got here. Prismatic Vista, they go fetching. Sadly, we don't have the Archive Trap to get him here. Swamp. Did they bring in Push? Inquisition, they take our visions. Neat. Okay. They now know that all we have is lands. However, having only lands isn't necessarily a bad thing. Do this, mill opponent for 3. Fetch, get ourselves an island. Mill opponent for 3 more. Okie doke. Hit a good number of things there. Hold back the Ruin Crab. Godless Shrine, Shocked In, 2 mana, Dark Confidant. Okay. Interesting. Don't know how I feel about this. Orb. Okay. Orb down. Swamp down, mill 'em 3. Pass turn. Always yield to the orb. Went over Stoneforge and a push. Opponent hits Inquisition. Darn. So they Inquisition, take away our Baleful Mastery here. Oh, they're going for a Skyclave. Okay. Skyclave hit the orb. Sure. Makes sense, makes sense. Doesn't bother swinging. At Millum 3. Second orb. Pass the turn. Opponent 3 hit lots of their paths there. Marsh Flats is revealed. Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Sure. You get an emblem with creatures you control, get +1/+1. Okay. Swing both. Thank you, opponent. Go ahead and exile their Skyclave. Make ourselves a 2/2. Move to blocks. Block their 3/2 with our 2/2. We mill 4 here. And then we draw Maddening. So we could go Lurrus to hand, mill 4. What does Lurrus to hand buy us? Nothing. So let's Maddening. So they brought in Dark Confidants here. Or maybe we just didn't see any last time? That seems impossible. Rest in Peace was brought in. Rest in peace, huh? They've got 1 Lingering Souls in the yard. Who knows? We might get there, we might not. This is going to be a close one. Also, I just realized we are 5 minutes down on the clock. Wow. There's lots to think about with Mill. So they only have 2 of their Skyclaves gone, meaning they still have 2. I guess best draw for us. Okay, they play out Kaya. Exile 2 cards from a single graveyard. Exile non-land permanent with CMC 1 or less. Exiling Surgical and a Maddening. Okay. They play out of Marsh Flats. They could fetch. I'm assuming they find, and then probably Lingering Souls here. Yep. So currently they mill 5. Second orb here would be great. Visions wouldn't be terrible. We mill 2. Damnation, huh? Okay. Put Lurrus to hand and pass the turn. Opponent milled over 5. None of which was a... Okay, they Inquisition. And they get to take the Lurrus here. Unfortunate. And then they Skyclave. Sure. Takes the orb. You got it. And then they're exiling the crab. Okay. Plays out a Godless Shrine tapped. So they had a pretty good line there. We take 4 here. So it's Damnation unless we hit Maddening. Field of Ruin. Damnation. Play out Field of Ruin, pass the turn. Got ourselves a 2/2. Opponent's got 0 Lingering Souls in yard. They eat Soul Guide and Lurrus. Makes sense. Go up to 4. Plays out a Lingering Souls. Yep. Flashes back said Lingering Souls. We're not looking too great. What do we draw? Surgical Extraction. So what card have they not played a lot of? So we see 3 Dark Confidant. That's not what we want. See 2 Thoughtseize and 2 Inquisition. 2 Push. There's swords and stuff we don't bother with. Gideon might be a 2 of. I mean, I kind of like just hitting Skyclave here. We'll do it on their draw step, though. Go ahead and attack Kaya with our illusion that doesn't fly. See if opponent wants to block with a spirit. They do. They're willing to take that trade. That's fine by me. Upkeep. Draw step. Surgical Extraction. Hitting Skyclave. Let's see. How many are they running? Just the 2. Inquisition was the name. Good to note. And they've got a Plains left. They Field of Ruin. They field our field. And we'll field your Godless Shrine in response. Doesn't matter what happens there. Because no matter what, you can choose your May. You can choose to not find. They go that way. They go Maddening and Visions. And we are dead to that Kaya's Guile. They draw 1 more, down to 4. Mill spell off the top or we lose. All right. Mill spell or mesmeric orb. The only thing that we can't hit is crabs because those aren't mill spells. Down to 9, dead to guile. Surgical. Okay. Still dead. But we can at least make it close. Yep. So they've got the sword, which they could equip if they really wanted to. So we are dead 6 ways from Sunday here. Hey, draw down to 2 cards left in library. And Kaya's Guile, we lose. Yep. Losing the black-white tokens. All right. Close ones, though. We'll see how we can continue. All right. Mashroom 3 here has been found. We did not win the die roll this time. Go ahead and reveal Lurrus. Hands pretty mediocre. It's keepable, but I feel that we could probably find a better 6. Although, knowing me, that means that we're going to find a hand with no lands now. Okay, much better. We can keep this bottom push for now. Inspiring Vantage Pass, huh? Island Crab Pass. My guess is this is probably some burn list or prowess list. Oh, Crab got to stick around? Why'd we not do... Okay. Okay, opponent. Sure. I'm okay with this. Okay. Sacred Foundry tapped. Cast for 0. Archive trap you. So we see Swift Spear, Desperate Ritual, Crash Through, Reveler, Clever Luminancer. Not a fan of the Luminancer. Their hand was none of that. No, their hand's Bedlam Reveler. And Lutz. Not gonna bother marking their hand because it's gonna be that Reveler after these darts. Pay 1 life, get ourselves a basic island here. Maddening. Take them to 22. They've got 1 mountain. So they can only flash back 1 dart. Bolts us. And then turns on double light up the stage here. Goes for the Reveler. Alright. Down to 3 cards, or 23 left in their deck. We're at 14. Not looking great, but they only have 1 mountain. We draw Drown in the Lock, which is pretty much exactly what we needed there. Visions draw 3. And that'll be enough. Down to 13 we go. Get ourselves a swamp here. Go ahead and drown the Reveler. Get rid of their big bad. They now have what they've got in hand. wooded foothills here. And go ahead and crack it. No fear from opponent. Get themselves a second mountain. Reveler number 2. Or number 3, technically. Manamorphose. Okay. They're digging black. Okay. Red. Was I getting fancy with it, opponent? Crash throughs. They're digging for answers at this point. Desperate rituals. Arc Light Phoenix. Okay. Not the card I was expecting from opponent. One card left in hand, though. What do we draw? Draw ourselves a Fatal Push. This is 4 mana, so it's out of push range. Well, that's unfortunate. And we'll go ahead and crab. And we'll go ahead and maddening. Pass the turn. What is this card? Thrilling Discovery. Sorcery, gain 2, discard, draw 3. Crashes through. Swift Spear, sure. Track Sunbaked. Lava Darts are face. This is a Lava Dart from hand. You don't let me go to blocks here, opponent. Because I block your prowess every day of the week. And that seals this game up. Not quite, technically speaking. We're down to 6. They have a dart plus their draw. Dart is only 2. Okay. Well, opponent. Undo. What's the last card in your deck? Is it a bolt? Bolt or Phoenix? Both of those would do it. Okay, we go to 5. All right. Uh-huh. It's like, has to be bolts. Could have been a mountain. Because then they could have flashed back dart. So this is a... So they've got Phoenixes. So 4, they have Swift Spears, which is 8. They have the 1 mana white person. That's the +2/+2 Magecraft thing. So 12, and then a couple of Bedlam Revelers. Is it just 2? It's 3. So 15 threats. Okay. 15 threats. Damnation's pretty meh. I like Crypt Incursion. Soul Guide. We're in... EE is pretty meh because half of their people, or yeah, half is 1 mana. The other half is well past what we can actually deal with EE. Not opposed to the damnation, though. We can take out the Baleful Mastery. We're not too worried about that. I like the Drowns. I like the Mesmeric Orbs. Surgical Extraction can come. It's not terrible against the Phoenix list. Push can come out. Push, we need to shave 3 more. I think it's 1 surgical, 2 orb. 2 surgical, 1 orb. Surgical's a bit meh when we're boarding in the Soul Guide Lanterns. We don't need them as much. Surgical's just going to be useful if we have like an early... Bruh. It has so much potential. It's 1 land, though. We'll try it. We'll get punished. We'll be greedy. We're up a game. Vantage Swift Spear. Oh, Vantage the Luminancer. Fun. Upkeep, we draw. There we go. That's not bad. We kind of have to shock this in. So we're not behind. Play out the crab, pass the turn. I'm assuming this crab's going to eat a bolt. Second Luminancer. Eats the bolt. Okay. As we predicted. Yep. Crab eats bolt. We take 2. Yep. Okay. We need to get to 4 mana and live to tell about it. That's possible. That. Go ahead and do this. Always yield to the Ruin Crab. I don't like that we see a Phoenix in the yard. Because if they spell combo out here, that Phoenix comes back. Swift Spear, sure. Desperate Ritual, gain 3. Is this 3 instants or 3 spells? 3 instants or sorceries. Okay. So this is 1. I need Manamorphose. Lava Dart. Okay, Lava Dart's us. Interesting. I mean, I'm blocking one of these Luminancers here. I say the Lava Dart us tells me that they don't have. Problem is that's 13. Ouch. Because that means that we can't crack the fetch land. Yep. Turn slow. Oof. Go ahead and fetch. There we go. I like what we did. I don't think we want to do anything different. We just need to not keep a greedy hand like that. And do we want the EE for a quick EE on 1? Why not? EE, take out the other orb. Take the play, go with the Lurrus, say okay. And got an EE on 1. maybe we get there. We go EE on 1. Turn 2 is crab, mill them 3. Maybe mill them 6. Ideally mill them 6. Then we have field, mill them more. We're gonna need to hit some things here, though. We'll find out. It might be enough. Might not. This will be fun. Opponent decided to keep their 7. They took a while on that. EE on 1 pass turn. Advantage. Holds. Okay. Adrian crab. And for turn, do this, save targets. Always yield to the crab. Hit over Luminancer in a bolt. Cool, cool. We wait for them to try to remove the crab. If they never do, we never fetch. When they try, we now fetch. Get ourselves a basic island here. Kill them 3 more. Hit a Bedlam Reveler. One gets a mountain. Red, red. Manamorphose. Okay. Red, red again. I've got enough to drown anything that they play. And our crypt is currently gain 6. Not phenomenal, but not awful. We now don't drown for a turn, and we do field, hold up our EE. Okay, hit a creature. Not bad, not bad. Making our crypt incursion ever so slightly better here. It's got 7. They go ahead and they bolt our crab away. Sure. And then they play out a Luminancer. Sounds good. Bloodstained Myers played by opponent. Do not have the have a archive trap yet. Draws a land. Okay. Play land pass turn. They fetch. Go get themselves probably a Sacred Foundry. We'll let them have it. Double white's not too scary to me. Wooded Foothills. They crack. And get themselves a basic mountain. 2 mana Reveler. Encounter. Second Reveler. Sure. Which is land and a light up the stage. And gets in for nothing. We draw Visions of Beyond. They've got 17. 18, 19. Bleh. Can't turn on Visions yet. So we hold. No phoenixes in their yard, which is good for us. Lava darts. Sounds good. Waiting to see scary things. 2 mana Reveler. I'll let the Reveler resolve. Arclight Phoenix has been pitched. Gain 2 life, discard 2 cards, draw 3. Okay, this is starting to get a bit scary. So the problem is, even if we counter this, yeah. Let them gain life. They can discard 2. Hoping it's not Phoenix. And be right back. So I end up getting a phone call here that I have to take. So instead you get a voiceover over what's going on instead of the actual audio here that I was talking. Sorry about that, but had to take the phone call. So opponent swings here with the Bedlam Reveler and the Luminancer. We go ahead and drown in the lock on the Bedlam Reveler since it's not going to die to the Engineered Explosives that we have out. And then we go ahead and pop this Engineered Explosives to take no damage for combat. Other than that, they then don't do anything and pass the turn back to us. We draw a Ruin Crab here, and because we've got this 1 extra mana and the Visions of Beyond is currently draw 3, we go ahead and cast that card. Off this Visions, what we see is another Visions, a Crab, and a fetch land, the Polluted Delta. We end up casting the Ruin Crab here, so that way we can mill a bit more, and then we choose to play out the Delta holding up Crypt Incursion, so that way we can gain life. Anyway, that's it for the audio, or voiceover. Back to the actual gameplay, and enjoy. So this, go with the Delta, mill them as much as we can here. Down to 17, get ourselves a basic swamp. And this looks like a pretty good time to go ahead and Crypt Incursion. There we go. Gained a bit of life. Opponent lost 2 Phoenixes, 3 Revelers, Spear, and Luminancers. Hey, go ahead and rip apart. 3 damage. Okay. Goodbye, Ruin Crab. Opponent's got 20 cards left in library. A Lava Dart. Us. I mean, we're at 41 at this point. I think we're pretty safe. I'm not going to say we're unstoppable because prowess adds up real quick. Drilling Discovery. Pretty good for them. Did they hit Phoenixes here? They hit a Phoenix. So they're gonna hit us for a good chunk here. But is it gonna matter? They're at 15 in hand, or 15 in library. 1 in hand. They smack us for 10. We go down to 30. This gives us blockers. And cuts them off of card draw. It does give them another mountain, though. They're at 8. See if we can free roll with this visions onto an archive trap. We do not. But we do get to mill them a bit more. They're down to 2 cards left in deck. Okay, we're at 30. Don't think you're going to get there with 2. Manamorphose, draw a card. Make your dudes a bit bigger. They can get all of their phoenixes back once. They also now lose next turn. They have to 30 us in one shot. I think we got this game. Do it to me, opponent. 4 mana, hard cast the Arclight Phoenix that's in your hand. Oh no, going with a Lava Dart. Okay. Darting the crab. I see 1 Phoenix in yard. Interesting. Oh yeah, because we already exited the other 2. So they can grow their things, but are they going to be able to kill our crab? Do they have all 4 darts? That looks to be everything. Which means that they're a dart short. You got 1 card in hand, opponent. They draw a card. Sounds good. Like, there we go. Taking down red-white prowess. Both of our wins, actually. So we were gonna draw. We're gonna draw a crab. We were gonna play a crab. We were gonna drown their reveler, and then we were gonna crypt incursion. Okay. All right. 2-1. Let's see how we can continue with this list. All right. We won the die roll. We will gladly take the play. Let's reveal this Lurrus, and let's see what we can do. So this is an interesting hand, because it comes down to how good and strong is Maddening Orb and Drown. It's a decent enough start. If we can find other things, this is great. If we can't, we're kind of dead in the water. However, I think we keep it and see what we can do. This is probably incorrect. But we will find out. Opponent mulligan to 6. Mulligans to 5. If this is Tron, we might be in trouble. Down to 4. Down to 3. Down to 2. Down to 1. Opponent concedes. This makes me think it's some form of that cascade trickery type list. The trickery was banned. Mulligans into oblivion. Guessing some form of Neoform. Soul bringing gusts will take out incursions. Soul Guide Lantern doesn't seem awful. Just because I have no idea what they're doing. If it's a mass, this keeps some of our stuff in. It could be that also all-in combo deck thingy where they try to go Nourishing Shoal, kill you. We'll find out what they are. Opponent didn't get to see what we were either, though. All that they saw was Lurrus. So we've got 2 Archive Traps, a Soul Guide Lantern, Ruin Crab. Sure. We'll keep. Urza's Mind Sphere, so Tron. Okay. Well, this makes how we boarded extremely awkward. Get ourselves an island, play out a Ruin Crab here and pass the turn. Was not expecting Tron to go down to 1. Let's see it. Okay, just a map. That's fine. Oh, map with no land? What? No second land? Tron player, what are you doing? Maddening, huh? Hedron Crab. Field of Ruin. This and save targets. Always yield to the Ruin Crab. And always yield to this. Do I see any funny business? No. Soul Guide Lantern, just in case. And let's go ahead and eat away that Ulamog. Opponent concedes. All right. So I guess they missed their land drop there, so they weren't going to be able to map. We would have drawn. Ooh, that's game, isn't it? So that is 6, 12, 18 plus 26. That is 44 cards, baby. 44 cards, all at instant speed. In case they were to hit their shuffle effect. Yeah, that is game right there. So even with the concession, does not matter. All right, 3-1. Let's see how we can close out this league. All right, final match has been found here. We won the die roll. Let's see how Mill can close it out. Yeah, we keep this. Extremely strong start for Mill. Opponent kept 7. It's that crab pass turn. Spire Bluff Canal. Okay. Makes me wonder what opponent's doing. We will go this. See what all our opponent's trying to do here. Oh god. Oh no. Living ends. And we don't have surgicals. You have the upper hand. I don't. Not when I don't have surgical. I guess at this point we actually just hold up drown. We don't play out the orb. Because I can drown their living end. I've never been able to beat living end. Doesn't mean that it's not possible. They cycle. Filling up their yard pretty nicely here. Because at this point we have to hold up drown constantly. If we ever tap out, we lose. Unless we hit surgical. Crab. Fun. Like, I can't tap out. Tapping out is suicide. So this is Electro Dominance for 0. I kind of want them to try to cast the living end and then we'll drown it. That counter target spell. Show me as foretold into living end. Oh no. Okay, well. We weren't getting past that anyway. So 5, 10, 14. Okay, yeah, lethal. Like I said, we needed surgical. Down to -3. Living end. Very difficult matchup for us. We want these Soul Guide Lanterns. Profane Memento doesn't gain us enough life. Crypt Incursions are fine. Baleful Mastery is bad. Pushes are useless. Absolutely useless card. 59. I guess we can bring in Set Adrifts, cut an orb. Like, we now know we have to try to hold for surgical. Okay, surgical, Soul Guide, and grab, trip, sure. Like, again, this hand, not bad. Not bad against living ends. We might be able to get there. Problem is, we have to do it on their turn. They mulligan to 6. Please don't have Leyline of Sanctity. Hey. Even if they have Leyline of Sanctity, we're all right. Hedron Crab just won't be played. No Leyline of Sanctity. That's good for us. Prismatic Vista. Go get ourselves this island here and play out this crab. Hedron crab, pass the turn. Cycles a Street Wraith. Plays out a canal. Keep we draw. Okay. Let's set a stop on their draw step. This and save targets. Electro Dominance is not bad to see. We could surgical that if we really wanted to. This, get ourselves swamp. And then crashing footfalls. Kind of a fan of going ahead and Soul Guide Lantern and hitting their Electro Dominance. And then we can surgical crashing in the draw step. A cycle, sure. Keep draw. Surgical footfalls. Okay. So they do have Living End. But other than that, they're basically just trying to get us with... They didn't have Living End in hand. They shock in, I guess because they need to cycle. Trying to find their win con at this point. If we draw a Field of Ruin. I mean... I'll just swamp for now. Because we don't have another surgical. Okay, I'm assuming that they cycle a bit here. Yep, cycle once, cycle twice. Yep. Lots of cycling. Will anything come of it, is the question. They shock it in. I'm assuming this is an as foretold. Yep, as foretold. That'll happen. The problem is this is now a game of who flinches first. Set Adrift, huh? Turn off auto yields. Because I could land mill myself. And then have Set Adrift. Go ahead and do it like so. See if one wants to do anything with that force of negation. They don't. I believe that they had another As Foretold in hand, though. So we just... Yeah, we just set it back so they don't try to do anything with the As Foretold. We know what they draw. Second as foretold. That is fine. Their setup is still the exact same that it was last turn. Brr. Land here is pretty good. Second Crypt Incursion. Bit on the weird side for us. Not impossible here, but not looking great. As we're told, gets a counter. Second, as we're told, that we knew about. So the problem is, if we go for an archive trap here, we could get absolutely blown out. No, but we have the lantern. So it's not a complete blowout. This island. And save targets and yield. Fun. Cast for 0. All right. Hit quite a bit there. Upkeep. We draw visions. Okay. Go ahead and cast the Visions of Beyond. They let us draw 3. Undo in case we need to use the stack. Visions again. Okie doke. Got ourselves a hand here. It's got 15 cards left in their deck. We see 1 living end here. 2 living end, 3 living ends in the graveyard. So they've got 1 left. Okay. Petty thefts. Okay. So the problem here is now they can try to go off in response to us doing the lantern. But this says have it or don't. Okay. So I like what we did. I don't like that we saw Blood Moon, but we can get around to Blood Moon. Yeah. Yeah, and just run it back. We need a hand with Surgical and Lantern is basically what this comes down to. Lots of crabs. However, lots of crabs and no graveyard removal is a straight up mulligan against Living End. Okay. We can keep this bottom Hedron crab in case they have a Leyline of Sanctity. Steam Vent shocked in. I'm assuming they're probably just going to be cycling. They might have the Bolt for the crab. If they do, they do. Can't really stop it. Surgical. That's a pretty great draw off the top for us. Okay, they cycle. That's fine. They've got a 4/5. Steam vent shocked in. Yep. Double blue. Chalice on 1, huh? Okay. Guess we're playing hard mode. Archive trap. Okay. Damn. Chalice putting in work. So Electro Dominance is still pretty scary from opponent. Second crab. At Chalice. Putting in work. Electro Balance. So both of the cards that we're afraid of are in the yard. Can't do anything about it. Red, red. Problem is if they go for an Electro Balance, or best case, this is crashing footfalls for them. Living End. Have the Force of Negation. Bitches as foretold. Gets back 2 4/3s. Smacks us for 8. Yeah, I was gonna say it's the same scenario of crashing or living end for us there. You go down to 10. Crypt Incursion. Okay. So I'll have Archive Trap on their instep into Crypt Incursion. Gain us a bit of life. Cycles once. That's fine. Scalding Tarn. Neat. Ends combat? Visions. Man. This Chalice is brutal. Bought ourselves a bit of time with that Archive Trap into Crypt Incursion. But how relevant will it be? I know not. We take 8, go down to 20. We got 26 in the deck. And we need 2 Archive Traps. Set Adrift. What? So we have 4. We can Set Adrift next turn. Because we really need double blue. We need double blue land. Down to 12. Instead, go ahead and try to cut off one of those steam vents. Ideally, just that way we get blue here. Man, this is a tough matchup to navigate. Like, even if we lose, I'm okay with that. So, set adrift, the chalice, plus then ruin crab. Draw maddening. So there's a crashing. As foretold, takes up to 3. We now need to go down to 4 here. Even with the set adrift game plan, we don't gain a lot of life here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can gain 12, which buys us 2 turns. Vista. We're at 4. We need to gain life this turn, which means 3 mana has to be dedicated to that. We need at least 2 mana for that game plan. Okay. These are tight lines that we're having to navigate through. Opponent doesn't cycle anymore. Draw step, fine. Main phase, yeah. Begin combat does that. Turns those sideways. Show me the counter spell. Alright. Hit him with the GGs. And with that, we go 3-2. Not bad. Can't complain about 3-2. Overall, list felt good. The Baleful Mastery never really came up. We're currently replacing it over Bloodchief's Thirst. The idea being the exile effect might be more relevant, and we don't really care if they're drawing a card. Other than that, list felt pretty strong. You can play around with it a bit, but I feel this is pretty much where Mill wants to be right now. 3-2 is not awful. It's not phenomenal, but it's not awful. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, y'all.